Hello, it is Monday. I am hopping on to show you guys my planner spread for the week ahead. So, wanted to bring you on while I have my Starbucks in tow. I've got a few things that are my necessaries while I'm planning. So, I've actually gone through my planner already and I have updated it from last week, updated for this week, and have already started implementing some tasks and time blocks for next week. I wanted to walk you guys through things that I've got. You know me and my cheap highlighters. I've got my Uniball Air Pen right here. I also have just a pencil. This one is the Papermate ones. They have kind of the clicky thing. These I've actually enjoyed because the writing is great for the left-handers, maybe right-handers too. I'm not a right-hander, but this little grip has been awesome. So I've got those, and then I've just got some post-it notes in case I need them. I am back in my Tyler binder. I had hopped off my Tyler binder last week when I was traveling for work to Texas. So I only took the week, kind of like I guess like a week and a half. So last week's plus the week prior to that, so that I could update things. The truth of the matter is, while I was out of town, I was having such a great time just catching up with family, catching up with people to try to generate some business that I did not do a whole lot with my planner. But doesn't mean that I was still glancing through, making sure that my tasks were getting completed. So, want to walk you guys through a little bit of last week. Want to walk you through this week, and then I'm going to walk you through the week ahead. Do you guys ever have those things that happen to you where you're like, okay, everything happens for a reason? Yeah, well, I have those. I am taking a college course. I don't know. Some of you might know if you follow me on social media. Some of you may not, but I only have a GED. Fun fact. I have my real estate license in two different states, and I have done hundreds and hundreds of real estate hours. However, I have a GED because I was supposed to be graduating a year early from high school, wanted to go to college, wanted to be a lawyer, but I got knocked up super early. Had my oldest son, Taylor, got pregnant at 16, had him at 17. So life looked a little bit different. But now at 41, almost 42, I have started college classes. I'm very excited. I'm working on my associate's degree. The class that I'm taking, though, has to do with trauma, and it's a behavioral science class. It's really interesting because our homework last week was actually to work on a self care plan and take 5 different elements of the circle of life, if you will, and then start working on some different tasks. I found it super funny because obviously the professor doesn't know I'm a planner gal with a planner channel or using a planner, but it was really cool in that I was putting this together for my homework assignment, and so much of it is relevant and applicable to planner life. And so I actually printed a copy and I am integrating what my self care plan is into my planning because our assignment for the remainder of the semester is actually not only to create one, but to make sure that we're adhering to it. And then at the very end, we get to share the findings on how well we did or didn't do or what we had to adjust. So, this is what is that. If you guys would find value to having a template like this, I broke mine down into the spiritual category, physical category, workplace category, emotional, psychological category, the relationships category. You guys are welcome to comment on my channel and I will create the template. Um, and I can give you guys access to that if that would be helpful. So there's that. Now, last week. So overall, last week, I think I was pretty darn happy with my progress. The things that I did notice. So there were some things that I got highlighted, some things that I did not get done. There was a call that was supposed to be had that's actually rescheduled for this week. But what I loved about it overall is I just did my best and I landed. I was using my notes sections pretty darn good. Highlighted things off that needed to get done. I was going to be taking a certification class for real estate last Monday and Tuesday. However, in reading the requirements, it was a Zoom call, but it required that you stay on the camera at all times or else you can't get your certification. Well, y'all, what do I have on Tuesday? What do I have on Monday? That is correct. I have the boys. And the one thing I do is on the days that I have my boys, I drop them off at school and I pick them up, and it is truly a non-negotiable for me. So I am not going to be able to go get the certification the original way that I was going to go get it because I need it to land on days that I don't have the boys because I can't keep my camera on in Zoom while I'm driving because that's not even safe. So we'll figure that one out, but I happily took it off. That's why you see the mark through. But overall, again, I think I did really well. I was able to focus on not so much the quantity of the tasks, rather the quality of what I was getting knocked out. And I am very, very proud of myself. So last week overall was a win. Um, Things that I was able to do Sunday, I turned in my homework, I ordered groceries, clean and tidied the house, laundry, vacuum and mop the floors. I did my devotional. I even got to go to Sam's. I got to go to the gym. I did not tan, but I did the gym. Um, and then here we are today, Monday. Things that I have put on here. So I have gone through, I know that I have the boys every Monday and Tuesday. So I have put Witten and Baker both have homework that needs to get done for school. Baker does reading, and then Witten has these little packets that he gets. So I put those as a priorities. I wanted to update my calendar today with the time blocks for my assignment and then just appointments and stuff that I've been booking. So I got that completed. I started my morning routine, got my devotional and my journaling done. I've been getting admin tasks done, and I'll be picking up the boys here in a little while. I am not doing the gym session. Originally, I had planned on getting a gym session done, but now that I've put together the self-care plan for school, I realize that Monday is not the best day to get my gym session done. It'll actually be on Tuesday, so I'll show you guys where I put that. The other things that I still need to do are listen to a podcast. I did watch a church sermon while I was working this morning during my admin time. I need to review my finances today, and then I'm going to read before bed. Things I'm waiting on someone to confirm a certain date for me on something. She asked if I could help with something. I said absolutely, but I need to wait on that. So I kept it there so I don't forget that I need to add it, or I should say follow up. Um, Other things that I have tomorrow, I'll be dropping the boys off at school. I have a final walkthrough for a client of mine, and we're grabbing coffee before because this mama will work for coffee. Again, homework for Baker and Witten, I have that as an A priority. Picking up the boys from school. My gym session is going to be tomorrow, and then listening to the audiobook, devotional and journal, and then read at night. These little blocks, so I wanted to explain this a little bit because I am going to try something. This is where planning, I think the planner world, we can pick and choose and integrate things that might and might not work for us. I decided to do this when it was the closest thing to a red highlighter in my um, highlighter box, if you will, for this week. Red to me is a domino moving task. So those of you that have followed me for any amount of time know there are certain colors that my brain just understands them for what they are. Purple is a personal task. Yellow is a post-it note kind of task where it's just you need to know, but you don't need to do necessarily anything massively with it. Green is a money making task, but red is the domino moving. It means something that you're doing within that red category is moving the momentum of the tasks or the things that I need to get done in a direction that ultimately will generate me revenue. So I decided to do this because based on the self-care plan for school, I had committed to myself that there's going to be certain time blocks that I am allocating for myself. And so that's why you see them. On the days I have the boys, because I did my self-care plan on the days I have the boys and on the days that I don't. This right here reflects that. So these 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, I have the boys. That's why you see this gap in the red, if you will. And the reason is because I have to pick up the boys. So the days that I have them, my days look a little cattywampus. Now, on the days that I don't have the boys, I can have more solid layout of my time, right? Much more intentional because I'm not back and forth carpooling. So that's why it looks like that. I did not carry these little highlighter things until like through next week. The reason is, you guys, because I don't know if it's going to muddy up my brain or look a little too messy for me, but I did it because it's my way of reminding myself I need to really use all of the time and maximize it with work versus, oh, I got to do laundry. Oh, I got to make a meal. Oh, I got to do vacuuming, anything other than work because I need to work to make money to provide for my kids and myself, right? So we'll see if this concept works. I'll let you guys know on the next video if we're carrying it over or if that was just a disaster. But I figured this week on this planner spread, no harm, no foul, and we can give it a shot, right? Um, So there's that. On Wednesday, I'll be dropping off the boys, but you notice I don't pick them up. Now, I am going to be meeting a friend of mine for a get together after work. So I blocked my gym session. My gym session was going to be during this window down here, but because I'm meeting somebody down here, I needed to move it up here. Does that make sense? This is where that um, I can freely extend myself some grace and some accommodation. Entrepreneurship at its finest, you guys, because when you have a full time job, I understand sometimes it's not necessarily the easiest to be able to flip and switch those things. But for me and my planner, this works for me. So there's that. I'm still keeping my trackers of things that I want to do. And then Thursday, I've got these little time blocks here that are going to be allocated. And then Friday, I've got this little area here. Now, I've got an appointment for work during this window right here. So I am going to put here meeting AZ. RE is real estate contact um, for strategic partner. It's a vendor that wants to work with me. So I'm going to get together with them and learn about their business. So that's that. Um, Friday, I will have the boys back again. Baker's homework is 20 minutes of reading, but Winton's not going to have the homework because it's due on Fridays. So that's why you don't see Winton right there. But the morning time, I did have my gym session there because at night, on Friday night, the weeks that I have the boys, I want to make sure we start doing one quality thing. So we are going to be doing bingo. I am so excited. And then I'll be picking up the boys there. Things on Saturday that I'm going to be doing is meal planning for the week ahead, and then a home project. I want to do a home project. I have some specific things that I want to get done to my house, and the one that I have in mind, the arches, actually had a handyman come over and walk me through what I need to do myself to get it knocked out. And I bought the ladder yesterday while I was at Sam's. It was on sale. I think it was like $50 off. And I've got the paint and I've got all the materials needed. So I'm going to get the boys to help me because they were super excited to try to paint arches in our house. So that is what we will be doing. Saturday, you'll notice that I have an hour and a half time block on red, which is my work stuff. And that's because based on the self-care plan, because I cut my Friday shorter than what a normal work day would be, I gave myself an hour and a half that I can use that on Saturday for whatever work related tasks need to get done. And I'll put it during that window. Something too that I think matters is on the daily tracker for Saturday. I'm only doing my devotional and journal. I'm not going to commit that I'm going to listen to the audiobook, and I'm not going to commit um, to reading at night. My brain might be tired. So if I get it done, icing on the cake. And if I don't, that is completely okay. Sunday, ordering groceries, my devotional and journal. Now we're going to go into next week. So, homework, Baker and Witten. And you can see where I think when you start really using your planner, you can start kind of seeing where you want to less word it or simplify, maybe make more complicated. I don't know. For me, it's all about simplification. But Monday, I drop off the boys at school. Homework for Baker and Witten will be an A priority. I'll be picking the boys up at school. I've got my devotional and journal, watching church sermon. I do that on Mondays. I don't do that week, like every day of the week. So every Monday I am doing my church sermon that I watch. When I say watch church sermon, it can be a combination of either YouTube, watching the video, or listening to the podcast. There's two versions that they have. But like today, I watched it while I was working. That seemed to work really great. So that's why I put watch again. And then doing either an audiobook or podcast, one or the other, and then reading at night. Homework for, again, Tuesday, drop off the boys, pick up the boys. I've got my tasks that I want to follow through with. Wednesday. So Wednesday right here, I will be dropping off the boys, but I won't be picking them up because from that point on, they'll be at their dad's house, right? So you just do drop off boys at school. Okay. And then this is where I will start working on filling in my gym based on my self-care plan, etc. So I'll start working on getting all that filled out. But do you see what I'm saying? It's just simple. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. On Sunday, I'll be ordering the groceries, a priority. On Saturday, I will be meal planning because I meal plan for the week ahead. On Saturdays, that just seems to be the best day for me so that I can be present. And I tend to do it after I've eaten dinner, so I'm not hungry while I'm meal planning. Okay, there you go. So that's what I've got. Things that I've added. So I took them out to carry with me while I was in Texas was my divorce decree, my parenting plan. It's still very much there. I still have section for notes, paper, all that good stuff. Um, I have Post-it notes here. So I keep my Post-it notes in just a little envelope when I need them. I have them available. A little accessory I think that is important but not required is my ollie clips. I really like these ollie clips. There's some that have fancy designs. Those have not worked the best for me. They tend to peel open, but this one has been awesome. I've had this thing for years. And it just stayed intact. And then I've got some inspiration cards that when I write people handwritten notes, if I want to give those away, I give them away. I bought them on Amazon super cheap. I think they were like $10, $15 for a crap ton of them. And then I've got the boys' schedule, visitation schedule. I've got my real estate marketing follow up stuff that I've been keeping track of. I've got stamps for Happy Mail. I'm all about snail mail. I keep little tabs here. I keep greeting cards here. So when I want to write a thank you card or just because card, I've got them available. And then I'm keeping right here just some questions, some networking questions for when I go to networking groups. But that is what I look like. Tyler binder I love because I get two little loopholes. Those of you that have followed me for any amount of time know that I like those little loopholes. I try to keep my planner as simple as possible, still not overcomplicating it. But yeah, that's what I've got. I will make sure to continue posting. Thank you guys for you that follow me, that share my channel, that comment. I see you. I love you. You matter to me. And with that, I hope you have an awesome week ahead. Bye.